All right. How are y'all doing? This is an updated accountability video. It has been 2 weeks since I did a video. I actually missed last week, but I have a great reason. Last week it was last Monday. It's exactly 2 weeks today. Today's Monday evening. Exactly 2 weeks ago today, my wife woke me up about 5 in the morning. She's like, I think my water just broke. So we chatted about our plan, and she wasn't quite sure. She's like, I'm not sure. So I went out and got my run in anyway, because we were not going to rush off to the hospital. We were educated that it takes a little while, and we knew our timeline. We did not have anything prepped as far as our hospital bags or any of that. We were expecting to have another week to prepare. So she had 2 or 3 more days of work to complete. I had 2 or 3 more days of work booked. But that's how it goes. You can't always, plan childbirth timeline. We should have been more prepared earlier. We were just too busy working. But anyways, I think that's a fantastic excuse to be late. Not that there's any excuse ever to miss anything, but that's my excuse. And we had a great childbirth. Our son was born, mom's healthy, little William's healthy. Everything went great. The birth process went just as we had hoped, and we're absolutely blessed. Praise God, it went excellent. So that is fantastic. That's an update for us. That checks a lot of our boxes, and I since then, the buckets all have been just in my life. Our lives have just been different. You're in disarray. I've been trying to work as much as I can through the process, just because I wasn't ready to take off work. So I had commitments that I had made that I felt bad for missing. So we got some of our work done. She had some commitments. She was due. So we've both been trying to steal a little time here and there and work. We made the best of it. I wanted to take 2 weeks off. Today is exactly 2 weeks. And here I am in a hotel room out of town. So unfortunately, mom's at home figuring out how Mama 2 life is, because she's at home with both kiddos and figuring it out. So she's a trooper. She'll get through it, and this will be the new norm. So unfortunately, a couple more days would have been great to be around the homestead, but such is life. We're out on the town. You got to go out and chase money and make money. This is how the world goes around. Got to keep that house, keep a roof over everyone's head. So I'm doing my part. I'm out here working. That's how it is. So my father bucket, I'm going to start off there. I feel like I did a great job through the birth process for mom and husband and father there, keeping Emily happy, and then the next week or so, I definitely could have used more patience with both children, and I could have improved in the patience category, and it sucks to admit that, but having the baby screaming and Emily doing something, I definitely could have used more patience, but I still did really well. I was there, I was present. The time that I was not there, Grandma was there covering for me, so I was really doing a good job. Emily and I spent a lot of one-on-one time. We went out and did all kinds of things. So as far as the father and husband bucket for the last couple of weeks, I could have been better, but I still did pretty good. I think I'm not super disappointed. I do wish that I carried a little more patience through my days, and that's you got to look at that, evaluate it, and make changes for the future, and that's what I'm going to try to do. Be more patient as we go through this. Business has obviously suffered dramatically. I've only done the bare commitments that I really had to, things that I promised and didn't get done, which is fine. I'm not quite caught up, but I have a few more things. All the priorities I got knocked out, so that's fine. Business is good. Self-development. I have been kicking butt reading through this whole process. I've still kept up my reading. I'm still doing a bunch of podcasts. Anytime I'm not present with family or with someone in face-to-face in person, I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook. I've kept up with my minimum of 10 pages of reading a day through all this. I did not keep up with my diet through this, so I guess we'll get to that next. So self-development's doing good. I've kept trying to educate and improve myself, even through the childbirth process and low, let's say, lack of sleep or low sleep through the week, figuring out how the new life works with an extra baby around. figuring out how diapers go with a boy peeing everywhere and projectile pooping on you. That's always interesting too. That's fun. Fitness, I'm super proud of this. I kept 2-a-days through the entire process. Earlier, if you watch these videos, you'll realize that I was concerned about doing the Live Hard Phase 1. Live Hard Phase 1, dang it, can't speak. Live Hard Phase 1 process or program due to not having 30 days before childbirth, and I really didn't think I could do 2-a-days. Like, I joked about leaving the hospital mid-birthing so I could go get an exercise in. Well, I did leave the hospital, not mid-birthing obviously, but when things calmed down at night, I still got my 2-a-days in. So I'm really proud of that. I'm impressed and proud. I did not drop the 2-a-day ball. So I've been doing 2-a-days ever since. That's fantastic. Diet, I did not hold. I did not hold a diet through there. I ate what we wanted in the hospital. Obviously, hospital food stinks. Since then, we have kind of eaten whatever's been around. You're not cooking extravagantly. I went to the store twice, and I ran some errands, but mainly I was at home, focused with the girl, with the family, and I was not super strict on a diet, so everyone could eat what they wanted. I think that we had pizza one day that a buddy brought, and we had some healthy meals too. So it wasn't horrible. It wasn't like just absolutely outrageous. My wife made fresh pretzels with our daughter yesterday. That was kind of their treat, and those were delicious, and I ate some of them, and that's okay. So the diet has been downhill, not horrible, but I was scared to get on the scale yesterday because it's obviously been 2 weeks or so that I know that I've been eating poorly or not as good as I was diet-wise, and I was concerned I would have picked up 8 pounds or 5 pounds or something. I'm in the same weight. I was 1 pound up from the last time I weighed in. Actually, I fluctuate those 3 pounds. I might have been down a couple pounds since the last time I weighed in. So far that's all good. That's great. Scrolling's been good. I haven't had any time to scroll. I've been present very well with everyone while stuff's going on. I want to spend a little more time with the little one. I've been spending a lot of time with Emily, our older daughter. I'd like to sit around. I'm not good at sitting and doing nothing. I'm not a good idle person. My hands are always, I'm trying to do something, or I scroll. So frequently I'll say, Emily, let's go outside and go work on something in the shop, or yada yada, things like that. So if I would like to, one of my goals is to spend more time just hanging out with the little guy while he's little, because I know that through Emily, these times go away way faster than you'd imagine. And then you never get little kids back again. Once they're 3 years old, 4 years old, they're no longer your little babies anymore, and you never have that time again. So I value it. It's critical. I do plan to go back and try to really spend some special time just with him while he's so little, and just some one-on-one dad-son time. And I missed that through a lot with Emily. When my daughter was born, I went right back to the field. I think I had a week and a half or so, but then I went back to working 80 hours a week on night shift, out of town, just nonstop jamming. When I was home, I was sleeping through the days. I was a zombie. Yeah, I want to be there more this time around as much as possible. The fun bucket. I haven't been doing any of my normal fun activities like fishing or boating or race cars, any of that stuff, obviously. But what is really cool, the Friday before my son was born, which was the Friday 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago, a buddy of mine, he came over to help me at the shop, and instead of doing the rails that we would normally do or the production welding we'd normally do, him and I took the day and put the car lift up. I've had an automotive lift sitting around for almost a year now to go up in the shop, and I've had a race car chassis sitting around for 4 years. So the amazing part is the car lift, him and I got it started. I ordered some more parts, got it finished over the next few days, and then I think when did I get the car? After we got home from the pregnancy, I think that from the delivery, I took some time while I was there and pressure cleaned the car with my daughter, played around, and got that car up on the lift. So that's amazing. The lift still needs some more work. I still need to wire it in properly, and I'm getting the cylinders rebuilt right now. But the fun bucket part of that, obviously putting a car lift up is not fun, but the fun part is that now it's time to start on that race car. And that will just, we know that'll lead to fun. There's no way around that. So really cool stuff we got going on. I checked in, like I said, checked in my weight. Currently I'm 218 pounds, which is, I think I was 300 at my peak or 304. So over 80 pounds down. That's freaking rock solid. Today, I did the math just a minute ago. I'm 108 days that I've done 2-a-days and I've had no alcohol. I still have yet to have a drip alcohol, so that's cool. Not that I had a problem. And I will go ahead and probably have a drink when I have a special occasion, as long as I'm not on another phase of the Live Hard program or something like that. I'm not opposed to drinking. I just haven't had a situation where I felt it was urgent enough to break that trend. Yeah, the race car's going. It's up and operating. It is on a lift, ready to get built. I'm gonna order parts and get that going. That's gonna get it's a Nissan 240 SX, and it's getting an LS3 engine and obviously a manual transmission. It's a drift car, so that's fantastic. And that's about it. Financially, things have been maintained the same. We did a little bit of work, but we did so much work 3 weeks or a month ago, 2 months ago, that bucket was full already with checks coming in. So we're gonna miss a couple weeks through this area. I still got some work in. And we're just gonna start, that's all gonna carry on as normal. I have enough cushion. We keep enough cushion to where you're good for a duration, always. And that should be a goal for everyone, I think. I think that everyone should keep enough money to where they are safe for the duration. And you pick what that is with your capability. I really like to be a year, but that might be a little conservative because I'm self-employed. My family relies mainly on our income right now because my wife cut back to part-time once we had the child. Most of her income goes to our health insurance, truthfully. So grateful for that. Absolutely, I'm not degrading it by any means. But if I break a leg, I break a hip, cut off a hand, who knows what happens? Something happens. I need to keep enough money in reserves to where this family can be afloat without changing anything, in my opinion, for a year. I still want to be able to live our normal life without changing a single thing for a year. That's what I consider reserves. And that may be a little on the conservative side, but like I said, I work in a dangerous field and most of our income is based off mine. So I'd rather be conservative and be safe than have, right now, there's not, in my opinion, I don't think there's great investments out there. What are you gonna get? Like a high interest savings account is 5% right now. So that's still better than nothing, but I'd rather have some savings. So what else is going on? That's pretty much it. We're just going through baby life right now. Work, baby life, and acclimating. So that's what we're doing. I am going to dial back in my diet here in the coming weeks. I told my wife, hey, whatever you want, whatever you've been craving, you want to go get margaritas and queso one night. That's something she's been craving. That's something that was a date night for us for years. Go get a pitcher of margaritas and queso and chips at this one Mexican place in town. We love it. So that's something she wants to do. I want Chinese food. We want this high-end Asian fusion restaurant we want to go to. So we're going to try to get a few special meals in. And then I'm probably going to kick back into phase one, restart phase one of the Live Hard program. That will give me 30 days of, I'm going to go very strict on the diet too. I might go back down to 2,200 calories or something extremely strict. I have a little belly fat here I'd like to lose, but I'm getting pretty ripped. I mean, for me, I've never been muscular, so I got traps, my back's getting defined, my shoulders are big. I can actually do a couple pull-ups, which has been a goal of mine forever. So now I'd like to do 10 pull-ups, which is still a stretch. So my fitness, I'm gonna dial in a tighter diet on the next phase and still do the same exercise. I've been running pretty much every day. I think I skipped a day this week because I was doing something else. But I've pretty much been running every single day. I think I'm at 3.5 miles on average. Normally, I think that's my minimum. I try to do 3.5 miles a day. Today, I only did 3.25 or something like that. So whatever works, I'm over 3 miles a day, trying to move towards 4. I did have a record pace this week for me. I think I did, that wasn't a record. I did 4.5 miles at 8 minutes and something seconds. So that was pretty good. I don't think it was a record. I did beat it one other time. So fitness is still improving. Overall, I'm improving still. I have a lot of accountability. I'm reaching out to other people. My sister's super sick right now. She started some diet and exercise while I've been doing all this because she's been watching it. So she was sick this week with diverticulitis and pneumonia. So she has not been keeping up with her. She's not been able to do her end of exercise. Diet she's doing. She's got diverticulitis. She can't eat anything anyways. So I've been checking up with her, and I have about 4 other people that I've been checking up with, keeping eyes on them to make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing, and just being that encouraging person to inspire and motivate and help people. And that's ideally all I want. I hope that people watching this video, me going out and doing this work, it's 108 days. That's almost a third of a year. You know, another 15 days, something like that. We'll be at a third of a year that I've done 2-a-days and no alcohol. That's awesome. If I can do it, literally anyone can do it. And that's the important part of all this. That's the only reason I do this. This does nothing for me. This is 100% for you guys, and I hope that it helps somebody. And if it does, reach out, you know, let me know. So that's pretty much all I got for you. That's the update on where I'm at. Out of town working. I'm gonna go run around it's a rough area too. There's some crackheads downstairs and out on the block, so I'm gonna have an interesting run tomorrow